Hello, hello, dear Gemini. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here. This is your reading for the 21st until the 31st of December 2019. Today is actually the 21st and it's the solstice. So the sun has just moved into Capricorn. Now there's so much Capricorn energy going on, so many planets in the sign of Capricorn. We've got Pluto, we've got Saturn, which are meeting up, and this is very, very rare, so it's very, very important times. We've also got the south node of the moon and Jupiter, all in the sign of Capricorn. Mercury's ready, almost ready to move into Capricorn as well, so there's a lot going on in the house of Capricorn. Where is Capricorn in your chart? For those of you that are familiar with that, you know that the eclipse of the 25th or 26th of December, depending on where you are in the world, that's where the eclipse will be taking place, which is a new moon. It is a solar eclipse and it's a new moon, so this means new beginnings. Now, Jupiter being here expands on everything that it touches. So it's very, very significant what's going on now. And in the next 3 months, we've got another eclipse around the 10th of January. A lot of Capricorn, which asks for integrity. It asks for a lot of work. It asks for us to put in the effort. You know, Capricorn is all about effort, and the payoff is worth it. Capricorn, we know, is very hard working. Whoever's got strong Capricorn in their chart, nevertheless. And I just wanted to fill you in, dear Gemini, that roughly mid-year, that's when the nodes, the north and south node in Capricorn, north node in Cancer, they will be moving into Gemini, Sagittarius. So it's a very, very pivotal year for you as well as Sagittarian people. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Now, before I do your Celtic cross, I'd like to shout out to Marianne. Marianne, my darling, I know you're listening and I'm sending you so much love. Always thinking of you and always missing you. Marianne is one of my biggest fans, and I am at a big distance to her now, and I know she watches each and every video that I upload. So Marianne, lots of love. Saga popoli. Okay. Now, let's cut the cards for you, dear Gemini, 21st till the 31st of December. And I'd like to also say that I have started the 2020 yearly readings. I've uploaded the first part of it. If you haven't watched it, please do so. I will be extending those readings in the next few days. So, Gemini, let's look at what's happening in the now for you. Oh, wow. 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is good, Gemini. Why? It's the end of the end. Now, I'm not sure if you had this card again on my last readings. What I do remember is that if it wasn't the last reading, it was the reading before that. But I do remember Gemini having some sort of a completion. Now, as I say with this card, this is to your knowledge. This is something that you've accepted, that it's the end. She's facing the swords. She accepted those swords. She expected the end to come. And it looks like it's here, dear Gemini. Of course, this turns into the Ace of Swords. Doesn't get any worse. It's the darkest before the dawn. Let's not forget that with the solstice now, the veil is very thin. It's a very good time for reading tarot. Very good time for meditating. And what I see here is a successful new beginning, dear Gemini. So the end of your burden, the end of the perception that this is the end. This is not the end, dear Gemini. This is just the beginning. Let's look at your challenge. And we've got the card of Neptune and Pisces, Seven of Cups. I don't know why it would be a challenge, since you're going to have the clarity with the Ace of Swords here. I think that this Ace of Swords is going to cut through this haziness and this illusion. And of course, the divine is giving you many choices. You've got 7 cups here. Now, with Neptune, Neptune can speak of divine love. It can also speak of illusions. So some of you may be challenged by someone who's got strong Neptune in their chart. Neptune rules Pisces, could be a Piscean person that you think is over and done with, but things are still up in the air. As I said, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. Let's see what the foundation holds. And we've got the Four of Wands. So this is in your home, your stability. This is in your area of where you're, it's the root of the issue, of the matter I'm reading for. So you're sitting on the Four of Wands. That to me says that either the 10 swords that you've got, that you're facing, are concerning a marriage, your stability. So it's as though you're sitting on shaky ground, because there is necessity for change here. There is the necessity to communicate clearly and not mumble and not try and pull the wool over someone's eyes, or maybe someone's doing it to you. Having, though, the Four of Wands in your foundation, to me says, because this would be the home area, you do have the indication of success, okay? But obviously there is some sort of a cycle that you need to end and find the clarity in relation to what's going on in your home. Now, the Four of Wands can speak of a wedding. It can speak of attending a wedding, or having some sort of a celebration around family, around even extended family, right? Now, security doesn't only signify home, but also work. Okay, work. Through work, we have security. We do have wands here, so there is some sort of an ending too in relation to something to do with work. Something that was once maybe in the distant past celebrated is now ending. Let's look at what else. We have the Queen of Swords, and this is you, dear Gemini. Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. For others of you, you may be dealing with someone who could be quite cutting with her words. The way she's holding that sword, her words can be quite cutting, and the truth can hurt. The truth does hurt many times. The Queen of Swords is someone who's usually very fair and just and open to communication, but she is someone who's obviously been through turmoil. She's been through judgments. She's been through difficulties and maybe even backstabbing. But she's using her sword. She's using that ace, and she's severing whatever does not work, whatever is not working for her. Let's see what's on your mind. And you've got the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is an ace up your sleeve. This is a potential new creativity, a passionate relationship, a beginning to something. The light comes in. You're seeing clearly. You've got the Ace of Swords. You've got the Ace of Wands. That's lit up. It's the beginning, right? It's the potential. It's the rocket ship that's ready to take off here. Now, this can be very sexual in relation to a connection as well. The beginning of a sexual bond, intimacy, right? Let's look at the near future. And we've got the Hermit, which is Virgo. This is the card of Virgo. The Hermit is someone who's gone into their cave. They're trying to become enlightened spiritually. They're looking for the light. This could be a time of spiritual growth for you. Now, you could be doing your homework, your detective work. What Gemini and Virgo share is the same ruler, which is Mercury. Now Mercury is still, it's towards the end, the last degrees of Sagittarius, but it will be moving into the sign of Capricorn. And of course Capricorn is, it's the sign of, it's time to face the music, okay? It's been, Mercury in Sagittarius has been very optimistic. You know, Sag is very jovial, very fun-loving, very ready to go on that adventure. But Mercury in Capricorn is communication and hard work and things that haven't been communicated. It's time to do that. Even if it's hard, even if it's tough communication, it has to happen. That's the integrity. Let's look at the position of you. Now with Virgo, Virgo can be someone that you're dealing with, someone that could be your shining light, someone who could be giving you information, could be someone that's quite knowledgeable, that you are being, that you are conversing with, that they're sharing their light with you, and therefore you are seeing the light. Let's see the position of you. And we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and this is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I do see the Knight of Pentacles as Virgo energy again. Virgo does always seem to show up in the readings for Gemini, I've noticed many times. Maybe it's because you share the same ruler. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is very slow and steady movement forward. It's very, very slow, but certain towards a goal. It's very grounded. It's very very conservative. We know that this Knight of Pentacles is holding that Ace of Pentacles. So some of you may be looking at your money, at some sort of a new beginning that you're hoping to, you know, happen in your life. But again, as I said, it's very meticulous. The Virgo energy is very, very meticulous. Virgo always does do their homework before they move forward. And that's what I feel Gemini is doing right now. Let's see what's external to you. And we've got the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands does break down to the Ace. So this Ten of Wands here in this deck reminds me of you're needing to get to your goal. You're hoping, and you could see your path forward and where you need to go from here. But it feels as though you've got unfinished business, or you have to go. You can't go on a straight path. You have to do your homework, go via another place, another situation before you can get to your goal. That's how I see this card here. It is a burden. Tens are always, though, completions. You've got two tens. Now I'm going to say it again for each and every sign. The theme with these readings are completions and new beginnings. Just like we're moving into a brand new decade, a brand new year, eclipses are obviously eclipsing things and leaving them in this decade, and we're moving into another one. Now, it's like being birthed. It's like going through that canal, that birth canal. That's how I see this Capricorn season, which is quite challenging. Yes, I'm not going to lie. It is hard work. But know that when you get to the other side, it's going to be worth the effort. So again, as I said, it turns into the Ace of Wands. When I have two same energies, I feel that the feeling, or when there's two people involved, if this is a romantic situation, partnership that we're looking at now, it means that both people are feeling the same energies. And with these readings, I've also had repetitive cards again and again because I'm using another deck for more clarity. So here someone's been burdened badly. They're trying to accomplish something, but they've still got unfinished business here. They've got something to do before they can start on their path. Let's take your hopes and fears. And we've got the Two of Swords. Two of Swords, of course, is needing to make a decision. A decision, even though you're blindfolded, you're going with your intuition. You're going with your intuition. A decision, two people, two situations, a choice. And because it's swords, I'm going to say that it's more than likely your energy, dear Gemini. Let's see what the outcome is. And we've got the devil. Wow. Capricorn. Saturnian energies. Now, the devil is a Saturn. Capricorn, as I said, can be hard work, but Capricorn also asks that you put in the effort to overcome whatever restrictions you have. Now, the devil is not only difficulties. What I want to point out is, because we're in Capricorn season, if you've been putting in the effort and the work and you've been doing the right thing, then this is a payoff. Capricorn and Saturn will materialize what you've been working for. That is the positive side to Capricorn. So therefore, don't look at the devil as only restrictions, fears, addictions, you know, things like that. The dark side of Capricorn. There is a good side to Capricorn, and we have to remember that. And I feel, I don't know why, but I feel that the year of 2020 is going to be very, very rewarding for those that have done the work. It's a time to face the music. So whatever that means for you, if you, just like at school, you know that you won't get the star off the teacher, if you won't get that stamp on your hand and a pat on the back if you haven't done the work. That's what Saturn does. So don't forget that Saturn is also very slow moving and very karmic as well. So it's got a lot to do with timing. And, you know, Saturn does materialize, but it's very slow. And I know I always seem to ask Gemini to be patient. And I know how that tough is for you. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. And we've got the Page of Swords, which is communication. It's truth. It's a message. It's the messenger. This is the messenger. There is a message. There is news coming through. Now, the pages bring in change. They bring in change because we turn a page in the story of our life. So the Page of Swords could also be education. Someone may be wanting to further their education. Now, this can also be someone that is spying. This is someone who spies on the internet. They check you out. You know, what are you up to? You know, I'm not reading reversals. So if it was to be in the reverse, then it would be someone that is checking you out. Now, this could also be you doing it in relation to someone else. What's beneath that? Wow, this is funny, this card. 3 readings I've done. And every time under the main energy, we've got this card. And the signs that got this, I think, were Taurus and more than likely Aries. Yeah. So 7 of Wands is sticking to your guns. It's, you know, putting up a fight, insisting on what you desire. You know, having the chips down, and you're the one that's holding that Ace of Wands, which you've got here. So whatever odds you're up against, you've got the upper hand though. So don't fret about that. What's beneath that? And we've got the King of Swords. King and Queen of Swords. Very interesting. Wow. She's got her back turned to this King of Swords, as you can see. Now, no doubt this was a soulmate connection. But she's turned her back. She's turned her back. There's many swords here. Obviously, we've got the Death card here as well, which is Scorpio, transformation and change. That sword is facing down, as you can see here. The sword is facing down. And that means that there are truths that will be coming through. Scorpio is all about what is hidden, what it's sharing our resources with our partner. It's money from external sources. This is very Plutonian. And Pluto obviously is meeting up with Saturn now. So Pluto is stronger than Saturn. So the birth and the transformation will take place. So whatever was karmic I feel, once these two big malefic planets, which means they've got negative energies, they've got difficult energies, then the transformation will take place. The karma will be broken if you've been dealing with karma. Now, this was sitting on top of the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is someone doing battle. Here we've got the swords, conflict, conflictual energy, not being able to find your balance. Why? Why was there conflict? Why are you dealing with two more people? Is there three people in the situation? Here we've got death. This is intimacy. This is sharing on a deep fundamental level. If there was conflict around that, the transformation is coming through. And we know that Scorpio is very fixed energy, which is hard. It's hard to change fixed energy. Beneath that is the sun, which is also Leo. Leo is also fixed energy. So obviously, dear Gemini, you've been going through quite some challenges. Now, the sword is facing upwards, even though the King of Swords was sitting right on top of the Death card. And the Death card is Scorpio, so could there be strong Scorpio within this King of Swords? Usually I see the King of Swords as someone that is very fair, very just, but depending on what cards are around, what I see here is the Ten of Swords, right? What I see was the Five of Swords, Page of Swords, Ten of Swords. The Queen of Swords has got her back turned to the King of Swords, and he's sitting on the Ace of Swords, which was looking down, which means no truth. Very interesting indeed. Whatever is going on, the Page of Swords could be information that's coming through, and this is the general energy. Of course, I will take another card and see what that means. Right now, dear Gemini, I'd like to look at your love life. Please, Spirit, Guides and Angels, Gemini, and the end of December, please. Gemini in this Capricorn season and the end of the year. How will Gemini end the year? Where love is concerned, please, Spirit. This is it. And we've got, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Another sign got this. Another sign got it. And I think that it was either Pisces or Aries. I'm not sure. Okay, so if any of you are dealing with those signs, please go and check out that video. Their video, I should say. Let's take a Black Moon astrology card and see astrologically, energetically, how you're being affected at this time. And I'd like to say, dear Gemini, that Capricorn for you. Wow. Capricorn, the house of Capricorn for you is your 8th house, which is the natural house of death and transformation. So therefore, whatever is being eclipsed from your life, it could be an intimate relationship. It could be because the new moon in Capricorn is new beginnings. So there could be endings where intimacy, sharing on a deep, intimate level is concerned. Endings and new beginnings. So it could be, it's going to be different for all of you, obviously. And I'd like to say, obviously, as well, with Jupiter having moved into your 8th house, that is money coming from external sources. That's luck coming through work, coming through an elder, coming through a business, coming through others. This is luck for you. And I see it as really, really positive. So congratulations, 7th house and partners. Jupiter has just recently left your 7th house. So Jupiter can also speak of legalities. So some of you may be dealing with legal issues, divorce. Why? Because whatever Jupiter touches on, it expands. Now here we've got the lovers of the zodiac. We've got Mars and Venus. They were lovers, even though Venus was married to another god. And this was a soulmate connection, no doubt. Now, it's a number 31, which equals a 4. And there is a lot of love here, a lot of stability in this connection. This is a lifelong connection I see here. Now, 7th house can mean romance, but it can also speak of partnerships where business is concerned. But this is romance, obviously. 7th house is also the natural 7th house is Libra, and Libra is all about balancing out those scales, harmony, democracy, equilibrium. Okay, let's take more cards, Gemini. So open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all, which says to me that, the devil card can be fears. Your heart hasn't been open. There's been mistrust, distrust, obviously after the 10 of Swords, and the challenge being the illusion. And Neptune can be very big illusions. Neptune is very, very strong in its home sign of Pisces. Let's see what this 10 of Swords is. And 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands is disagreements. This could be a family situation where there's 5 people in a situation, but 5s are always as well an imbalance. You've got the 4 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. This is people trying to build on something, but they're not on the same page. They're not communicating well, and that's the physical end would be quite difficult, because when they're not on the same page, it's whatever they're going to build, it's going to come crashing down. So communication is key. And I know that communication is obviously number 1. Oh, wow. Communication is obviously number 1. This is 2 endings. And when I say 2 endings, now it's either you and the person that you're dealing with, you both feel the same, that this is the end. Or this could also mean that there was backstabbing done twice. So this is deception twice. Not once, but twice. Now, I feel as though the devil for some of you could be a vicious circle that you're in and it's hard to get out of. It's like lunacy. You're going around in circles, you're doing the same thing again and again, and you're hoping for a different outcome. That is ludicrous. To break that cycle, though, takes courage. You need to hold the sword up. This is very sharp, just like your brain is, dear Gemini, very sharp. Use your intellect, use your logic, and take action. I'd like to look at that 7 of Cups. Now, could be that you're mirroring your beloved. Could they be going through the same thing as you? Here we've got a family feud, no doubt, okay? Something has been trying to be built, but it's been crashing down every time, which goes to show that it's not built on solid ground. Let's look at that 7 of Cups. If you've been in a relationship that's been built on lies, it's only a matter of time that it's going to come down. So you're going to wait for it to come down, or are you going to start planning? Start planning forward, look at your future, and do the Virgo work one step at a time, just like the Knight of Pentacles. Slow and gradual, certain to reach success. Let's look at that 7. And we've got the Ace of Wands again. Here we go with a repetition. Same cards coming out twice. Now, if we put the 5 and the Ace together, 6 of Wands, which can speak of ego, yes. But this, again, I'm saying this is only the beginning. The light coming on will clear that haziness and that darkness and that confusion. You're going to see the truth. You're going to see the light. Because why? This is the darkest before the dawn. The sun is about to come out here. Let's look at the your home area, the distant past with the Four of Wands. We've got Five of Pentacles, yeah. Money issues, two people not being spiritually aligned. Sometimes money can be the downfall of a relationship, no doubt. When someone places too much importance on physical and tangible things and not on the union, it's only a matter of time before it takes its toll. Again, an imbalance in your home. Let's look at that Queen of Swords. Ace of Pentacles, another ace. 3 aces so far, dear Gemini. Ace of Pentacles, brand new beginning, something physical, tangible, something stable. Some of you, I believe, this is the hand of God. This is the hand of the divine, giving you a stable new beginning. But you need to take care of business first. Taking care of business, dear Gemini. That's what it's all about now. Now, something has obviously started. It's a gift that started from the recent past. Think back to the recent past. Now, timing is very fluid. You may have started a new business, a new relationship. You may have had the promise of something that can go, into the future. Don't forget, you're holding it. There it is. Let's see what that Ace of Wands is in your career section, as well as social standing, social status, how you come across. And we've got the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups can be friends. It can be that families around you, cheering you on. This creative wand here, if you are starting something career-wise, it's going to pay off. But also, three cups, 3 people. I did see that 5 of Swords before. Could there be a third person in the picture? Now, just like there was with Venus and Mars here, career is looking really good. Now, some of you may be going out with workmates, colleagues. This could also be a celebration around some sort of a business. This could be a partnership where there's 3 people in the picture. Let's take a look at the Hermit. We've got Temperance. So this is Archangel Michael. Now something is being cooked. Something is cooking for you. And this again is the divine. We've got the Hermit, which is Virgo, and we've got Sagittarius, Temperance. Now, both mutable energies, just like you are mutable, changeable, and Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter, calls for you to have patience. These 2 cups are being, mixed up. There's something that is being worked out on your behalf. What I see, though, with the Temperance card, and I do notice the sun in the background, what I see with this card is that there is a time for everything. Why? Because the divine needs to take care of everyone's situation. We can't go from alpha to omega, from one day to the other. There is a methodical way to do things. Again, standing in your truth, yes, which is Sagittarius, having the energy and the optimism that whatever you are dealing with, or whoever you're dealing with, because this can also be foreign people from a different religion, culture, background, whatever this is, it's asking that you heal through time and trust in the divine source and the divine outcome, okay? The divine plan. Trust that. At this time, it looks like Gemini is the hermit. You're standing away from the spotlight, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. If you need time to connect spiritually, and as I said, it's a very challenging time. It's a very good time to meditate. Do so. Take your time. There is no rush, dear Gemini, okay? Let's look at the Knight of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles, yes. Take your time, that's what it's saying here. Something to do around Eight of Pentacles here altogether. They mean work. Again, they ring Virgo. Do the Virgo thing, as I said. Take your time, look at your path forward, make a plan. Make not only plan 1, go to plan 2, plan 3. Okay? 10 of Wands, again, that breaks down to the Ace. Are you dealing with someone who's got strong fire in their chart? Now, we've got Sagittarius, Leo we had as well. Let's take this 10 of Wands. And we've got the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is usually Piscean energy. It's quite a youthful offer coming through. This could be an adolescent child, an unexpected offer of love. The cup is being offered to you. This could even be an apology. Okay, so we've got, let's say, the Ace of Wands, which is passion, creativity, and the Page of Cups is an offer. So whether we're talking about love or business, both stand strong. There is an offer coming through, but someone's trying to complete a task before they can actually offer their cup. Let's take another card. And we've got the Magician, which is your card, dear Gemini. The Magician is another ace. As above, so below. It looks like there will be communication, collaboration here. And we know that the Magician is the intelligent one, the logical one. Dear Gemini, the fact that the card is here, your card, says that you've got all the tools to make the magic. If this is your energy, if you've got strong water in your chart, you may have Pisces as well in your chart, then go ahead and make that offer. Go ahead and extend that offer. Mostly I feel though, because it's what's in the external for you, it's your environment. I feel that the offer is coming from elsewhere, not from you, for most of you. Let's look at the Two of Swords. Hopes and fears. We've got the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. What you're hoping to do is you're hoping that the decision you're going to make, you're going to go with your intuition. Okay? The Queen of Cups, I do believe that for most of you, this is your energy. I feel that you've probably got strong water in your chart, and that's where the psychic ability comes from. Now, if we think about it, Gemini has got Sagittarius, 7th house. So Gemini in their partnership house, they've got strong, like Sagittarius is spirit. It's very spiritual. It's very strong in its beliefs. So you need to keep believing on what you feel intuitively, dear Gemini. Okay. So you're making a decision going by your emotions and your intuition. And what is happening for you is the door is opening. You're ready to take that next step. Two of Wands can speak of travel. It can speak of walking through a brand new doorway. Twos are always about balance. They're about partnership as well. He's holding the world ball in his hand. He's ready to go on that adventure. And the thing is that he's holding the Ace of Wands. He's leaving this Ace of Wands behind. So this is saying that at one point there was you did have the inspiration and the creativity and the passion, but you've left that behind because that's not working for you. You're going for this new Ace of Wands, this new potential that you have here. And this Ace of Wands is your driving force. Looks like you're going to be going on an adventure, dear Gemini. A new adventure. Let's take another card. And we've got the Knight of Cups. So the Page of Cups turns into the Knight of Cups. Again, we've got... It's funny that It's very funny the way that they're facing each other. But what is standing in between is the Devil. Now, it can mean fears. It can mean fears, and it can also mean putting in the work, doing the work, making the effort, not being fearful of offering this or going on this adventure, whichever side of the spectrum you're on. For some of you, you may not be able to leave work. You may have obligations with work, and that's what's standing in between this connection here. Now, it could also be timing. Saturn is also timing. Saturn is also the father, so fatherhood could be an issue here. Let's look at this Page of Swords. The general energy, what's that? And we've got the Ace of Swords. Another ace, Gemini. How many aces do you have? This is clarity. Whatever news comes through, this is going to help you sever the ties with your past. It's time, Gemini. It's time. I'm going to take another card on this Ace of Pentacles that the Queen of Swords holds. This Eight of Swords fell right down here, which is the home area. Yeah, some of you have felt imprisoned by a lack of funds, a lack of spiritual connection with your committed partnership, marriage, whatever that is. You felt chained and bound. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the similarities here. You're blindfolded. You're blindfolded and you feel trapped. Someone is pulling the wool over your eyes. But what the challenge is that the divine is giving you choices. All you have to do is reach out for those. One more card on the Ace of Pentacles, please, and the Queen of Swords. And we've got the Page of Pentacles. So, again, children. We've got a water sign here, Pisces, and we've also got a Page of Pentacles, which is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We've also got the Page of Swords. A lot of newness, a lot of youthful energy here. And again, if you've got strong earth in your sign, this is you. Again, the page becomes the knight. That means that you're graduating, you know. There is movement here. It's not stagnant here, thank God. That's a good sign. What I'd like to do is I want to take one more card on that Romance Angels. I want to take one more. So open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Gemini. Wow, see? Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Deception. You've been deceived. That is why you don't feel that it's safe. Now, if you are wearing a false self mask, this Ace of Swords is going to, that mask is coming down. That mask is coming down. Does show two people wearing masks, 2 and 3 actually. So it's a time of truth and honor and integrity, whether we like it or not. Let's take another card. And we've got love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. It's time to love yourself, dear Gemini. Yes, So what does that tell you? What is the importance? If there is no self-love, then there's no love coming from others. That's the thing. Now, you may be dealing with someone else, and I'm going to show you the card. I didn't say where I'd put it. We've got a woman and two men here. We've got a feminine and two masculine. 5 of Cups. Those 3 of Cups that are spilt, those 2 of Cups that are standing. 5 of Cups is an imbalance. You're mourning the past, not looking at your future. Let's see what's going on in the now. All these swords, 10 of Swords. We've got Pensiero. Pensiero is the Hermit for me. This could also be a solicitor, someone putting in a lot of thought. It could be you planning your escape. This could be you looking at your future, looking at legalities. It's the 6 of Pentacles, which does speak of Libra and legalities. Someone is thinking very strongly about contracts. We've also got Consolante Sorpresa, which is amazing. That is Uranus in Taurus. Suddenly something very positive comes through, whether it's physical, tangible, it's something that is of value, and it's the 6 of Wands, which can mean success, money through successful career. But this is also a left wing tower coming in out of the blue, but that's bringing you a blessing. That's what I like about that card here. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Denaro, which is the 6 of Cups also. So we're talking about soulmate connection. We're talking about children, innocence, back in the days from our childhood. This could be concerning someone that you feel is your soulmate, someone that you feel as though you've played together once in some lifetime, whether it's this lifetime or in a past reincarnation, in a past incarnation. Now, it's the Ace of Pentacles, which you've got here. And this is the card of security. So, I'd like to say that these 10 of Swords, which are 20 really, because there's 10 and 10, this ending is very well called for, I would say, because you were at an imbalance here. What I'd like to look at now is your home area. The 4 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords. We've got Allegrezza al Cuore. Again, 2 masculine, 1 feminine. At once upon a time, it was a celebratory energy, merriment and happiness. What happened after that? You were at the 5 of Pentacles. What happened? Here we've got the Donna Maritata, the loving and nurturing mother and wife. This is like the Empress energy. She's the perfect mother. She's sometimes she's seen as the other person's wife and the other person's partner. We've got a 12 here, which can equal a 3, which is the Empress. Of course, the potential for celebration is here in your home. It's just that you've got to tweak something. The Donna Maritata with the 12 is the Hanging Man. It's all about sacrifice. She's sacrificed a lot for her children, for her stability. But where is she? She's at the 5 of Pentacles, not feeling connected. Here we've got Constanza, 10 of Cups. Constanza can speak of a very ancient or energetically strong environment, somewhere where there are ancient ruins. That's where the happiness will come for this Donna Maritata. Now, also, we know that the 10s always break down to the Ace as well. So the potential after the sacrifice, the potential is the 10 of Cups, but something is changing. I'd like to take a look at the environment. We've got, again, a 12, the La Matrice, which is someone that is very passionate. This is the Queen of Wands, for instance, someone who is driven by their passions. Now, she is focusing on something that's very valuable to her, something that's very important to her. And we've got news, which has got to do with karma. It's number 11. News coming from afar, communication, mail, whatever that is. And we've got number 11 again, karma. This is Il Nemico. So the Il Nemico is negative energy, which is actually fading away. He's on his way out. Usually what I see with this card is it's very similar to the Death card. He's holding the snake. He's running with it. Now, the snake we know can be wisdom. It can also be change, because the snake sheds its skin. It transforms, right? Let's take another card. So, and we've got the Vecchia Signora, which is the Two of Swords. Vecchia Signora is a visitor. This is an elderly person, someone who is older and wiser. This could be someone that is visiting you. This could be a situation that's ripened. Now you're ready to make that decision. Let me take another card. And we've got the Artista, which is the crazy scientist. He makes a discovery. He breaks the illusions. This could be also, again, a solicitor. Let's not forget that this is the Seven of Cups. This could be someone who is a professor, someone who's very intelligent, who actually sits behind a desk. Let me take one more card. And we've got another lettera, more news coming through. These could actually be legal documents. Two of Pentacles, which twos always speak of course, a decision. I'm going to take one more card. This is news. This is communication. The card says telefono, which means telephone. So this is more than likely news coming through the wire. Let me take another card. And we've got militare, and nearly all the signs got this card. In the position of the environment, this is Capricorn. This is the Ten of Swords. You've got the Ten of Swords 3 times, dear Gemini. But this is the end. He's on a mission. He is on a mission to climb that mountain. He has to be very secretive about that. He's not able to tell everyone what mission he's on. He's going to climb that mountain. He's going to do the Capricorn work, okay? And once he gets to the top, he'll have the view of the whole world from there. So he'll be able to see clearly, and he'll feel the accomplishment as well. So that's what Capricorn and Saturn are all about. Let me take one more. And we've got the Viaggio, 3 of Wands. Your knight in shining armor, the visitor, voyage. Now, some of you may be going on a voyage, or you are expecting someone to come through. This again is a visitor. It is like the Knight of Wands for me. Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, maybe. So, this involves obviously someone who is from overseas, someone who is coming to visit you. Could you be dealing with someone who is at a distant land, someone who could be from a different background? What I want to take now, I want to take the outcome. So we've got the Devil, we've got the Knight of Cups, 2 of Wands. We've got Merchant, number 13, and the Death number. Merchant is business. This is someone who's thinking very carefully about extending their business, let's say what they're doing with business, or they're thinking very carefully in relation to contracts, and there is some sort of a change and a transformation here. Scorpio, very strong Scorpio energy. Here we've got Speranza. Speranza, the card of fear, the card of hope. It is the Eight of Cups, Eight of Cups, which is spiritual growth, leaving those Eight of Cups behind, moving to find those 10. And here we've got Five of Pentacles. Melancholy. There's a bit of depression here. Fear, anxiety, and depression. Of course. And we've got again the Gran Signore. The Gran Signore, and I see this very similar energies. Okay, I usually see this as the same person. The only difference here, and the similarity is the 13, right? Which is Scorpio energy, and Scorpio is all about change. Here I see this is someone who's very royal, someone who doesn't really have to lift a finger. This is again someone who is financially very stable, but he actually has to take action. He works. Whereas this person here is someone who has got financial abundance and stability, doesn't have to really move a finger. So that's the difference here. Now, with the Gran Signore, he's someone who is he's a king, right? He's a king. Sometimes there can be a little bit of ego here, but also with the Gran Signore, which does remind me very much of the King of Pentacles, sometimes there can be ego here. But they're both 13s, and I want to take another card. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take one card on the Merchant, and I'm going to take one card on the Gran Signore. The Gran Signore as an overall energy can speak of abundance and beautiful things coming in. You've got someone that's quite royal, and again I said he's a VIP. You want him on your side, but sometimes there can be a bit of ego. Let's look at the Merchant first. We've got the Seven of Wands. So this Merchant could be someone that's got strong fire in their chart. Leo, Sagittarius. I've got Leo and Sag here. And let's look at this Gran Signore. And we've got Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, of course, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But notice the card. Notice it's the Four of Cups, and this person is not noticing that cup. They're not accepting it. Maybe it's not good enough. Maybe there's obstacles and they can't even see the cup. For whatever the case is, it's a number 4, nevertheless, which deals with your home and family. Here. Now the Seven of Wands is someone who is a fighter, someone who is against the odds, but they're sticking to their guns and they're insisting on what they need to take care of. So, and again, 7 is the divine, let's not forget that. Wow, okay. So I do feel that here with the Viaggio, even though there's a lot of karma you're dealing with here, I feel that the cloud is going to dissipate because clarity is coming through. You'll be able to see in the darkness. And all what the cards are asking for is that, yes, you're at the end of the cycle, but doesn't mean that the work has to stop. What I feel here with the devil energy is that don't let your fears hold you back. It's not a time of putting down your whatever you've got, whatever tools you have to make the magic for yourself. Love yourself first. There is deception going on, but it does say it is safe for you to love, and you know where you're going to put your love. You don't need me to tell you that. All right? Now, for others of you, I suppose the Gran Signore and the Merchant could be the same person, someone who is a business owner, someone who holds themselves very well financially. But what I feel here is that it's not easy to get to them. There is a little bit of ego because of royalty. There is a bit of ego here, and therefore sometimes, you know, people have got a reputation to protect. That's where the depression may come from. There could be a little bit of depression if this wasn't an easy door to open. But if it's something that your heart really desires and you want, then it's worth the effort. All right, dear Gemini, I think I will leave it at that. Otherwise, it's going to get a little bit muddled up and you won't be able to understand what's going on. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you again so much for sharing this time with me. I'm wishing you all the best for Christmas and the new year. And know that I will be back with a few more readings just before the turn of the year. Thank you so much for your support all of 2019. Sending you much love, many blessings, and I will see you soon.